hacking of telephones of opposition politicians, journalists, activists, rights activists, and even constitutional functionaries, one of the constitutional functionaries, using notorious Pegasus spyware has triggered a political storm in the country. Parliament is agitated over this. Well, what is this Pegasus spyware and what is the controversy all about? So, Pegasus spyware is any other malware, like any other malware, created by an Israeli company called NSO. This NSO sells Pegasus spyware to the clients. So, what can a client do? Normally, the NSO says it sells only to government and government agencies. So, the NSO argues, states that it has so far given this license to 60 agencies in 40 countries. Well, it has not published the list of its clients. So, but it still maintains and claims that it sells only to the governments. But there is no way NSO maintains a record or monitoring how the governments use this spyware. Well, the contractual agreement between the client and NSO says that this spyware should be used only to track terrorists, only to monitor criminals. So, it is not supposed to be used for any other purpose, other than national security. But the NSO acknowledges the fact that it has no wherewithal to monitor how these clients are using the spyware. So, now the controversy is, well, an international investigation done by Forbidden Stories of France and many other organizations across the world, including Amnesty International, Washington Post, Guardian, The Wire in India, has revealed two things. Firstly, a massive list of phone numbers were detected in the database leaked, which are supposed to be the Pegasus spyware target list. And we have over 300 Indian telephone numbers in this list. So, we are not sure whether they are really targeted or not. But this list has been prepared for Pegasus spyware attack. So, the list includes the names of Rahul Gandhi, Prashant Kishore, Ashok Lavasa, the election commissioner who has taken action on Prime Minister Narendra Modi for violation of moral code of conduct. So, there are other people in this, and there are reports that even a sitting judge of Supreme Court member is also included. Several journalists who have written critical stories on Mukesh Ambani and Gautam Adani are there. So, this is a long list. So, unless there is a forensic examination of the telephones of these targeted people, you cannot really determine whether there was any spyware attack or not. Well, already some of these people have agreed for forensic examination of these telephones, and Pegasus spyware was found in the telephones of some people, some journalists, some individuals in India, including Prashant Kishore, M.K. Venu, member of the founder team of The Wire, Thakur Da, who has written series of articles on the shady business deals of Ambani's and Adani's. Well, we really do not know unless all the 300 mobile phones were sent for forensic examination. We really do not know whether the targeted people are real victims or not. So, then how does it function? As I told you, this is like any other malware. Once it is planted into your phone, how can it be planted? It is very simple. If you click an unknown message, text message or email, well, the spyware can be infected into your phone. Or else, in fact, it is much easier also. It has exploited, the Pegasus has exploited the bugs in several apps, including WhatsApp. And the moment you use that app, or the spyware simply comes up gets into your telephone. Well, WhatsApp has subsequently patched up as ensured that this bug doesn't exist, but still Pegasus spyware exploits the bugs in many apps. Not only apps, it also exploits the bugs in the websites also. So the moment you use you just browse the website or use the app, automatically the spyware enters into your instrument. Well, it doesn't even require any action from your side also. Sometimes it can simply, if an app is installed in your phone, and if that app has a bug and a Pegasus spyware exploits that bug, it can simply get into your phone. So just because an app is there, you really don't know whether this app has been exploited or has been compromised by the Pegasus spyware. So relatively, the Pegasus spyware can easily be planted into anybody's phone. Once it is infested, once a telephone is infected by Pegasus spyware, what will happen? Your entire mobile phone gets into the hands of those who have remotely or who have secretly infected your phone with the Pegasus. So they can simply monitor, process and capture the entire data in your phone. Well, it's not just the data which is already stored. For example, you have a contact list in the mobile phone that can be entirely captured. Not only that, your browsing history can be captured. Your entire charts can be captured. Your conversation can be captured. And your entire activity with mobile phone will be simply known to the person who has planted this Pegasus software spyware into your phone. And the most dangerous aspect of this is they can even plant something in your phone. Suppose your contacts, they can exploit, they can simply, the person who is using the Pegasus spyware can add few more numbers into your contact list, and it can even create a mail which you have sent. In reality, you are not sent, but it can create a situation as if you have sent that mail. So it is possible that using Pegasus spyware, few numbers of terrorist contacts can be added to your contact list, or a mail can be sent from your mail ID to to a terrorist account, and this can be used as an evidence against you and to book you under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act or Sedition Act. So that is the danger of this Pegasus spyware. And there is already allegation that Father Stan Swami was falsely implicated by planting Maoist literature into the computer used by this rights activist. So that is the danger of the Pegasus spyware. So now the allegation is that this Pegasus spyware is used to already attack some people, as I already named these people, or there is an attempt to attack the mobile phones of these people. We really don't know how many of them have been really compromised. So the NSO sells this spyware technology at a cost of $6,50,000 as per the 2016 catalog of NSO. Now the NSO no longer publishes a catalog, and it charges another around $3.5 lakh to create infrastructure to monitor, capture and process the data thus obtained from the targeted phone, and also to train the manpower to do this job. So nearly $10 lakh have to be invested to get this Pegasus software, Pegasus spyware. Well, it is not difficult for any government to spend this money. So it is good if the government spends this money and uses it for national security considerations to monitor the movements of terrorists or criminals. But it is quite unfortunate, and it is a very, very dangerous to a democratic process if the government uses this same technology to spy on opposition leaders, activists, journalists. Well, we really do not know whether the government of India has done it or not. But the point is, it is a fact that forensic examination of mobile phones of few Indians, including Prashant Kishore and other journalists, has revealed that Pegasus spyware did exist in these phones. Then somebody else should have infected the phone with this. Who has done it? Well, we really don't know. If the government of India has not done it, well, some foreign government should have done it. As per the NSO claims, it doesn't sell it to any private player. Is it true? Or is NSO really not selling to private players? How do we know all these? How do you know answers to all these questions? There should be an investigation. Unfortunately, the government of India refuses to investigate the matter. It simply dismisses that there is no evidence. So, the forensic evidence is a very important evidence. But the government of India says, I will not investigate. I really don't understand why should the government shy away from investigating the matter. Well, till now, the minister, present minister or the former minister has not categorically replied that India is not a client to NSO. It has never said, the government of India never said that India doesn't deploy Pegasus spyware. What the government has been telling that there is no unauthorized hacking of telephones. And it also said the robust Indian democracy doesn't allow such snooping activity. Fine, if it doesn't allow. But even if it doesn't allow, assuming that the government of India is not a culprit, we hope it is not a culprit. But somebody, when the privacy of Indians is being compromised, should the government keep quiet? Should the government remain a passive spectator when the privacy of some of the very important people in the country is compromised, including two of its own ministers, Ashwin Vaishnav, the concerned minister, and Prahlad Patel. Not only that, Ashok Lavasa was an election commissioner, Rahul Gandhi, Abhishek Banerjee, and many more people. Interestingly, the Supreme Court staffer who has leveled allegations of sexual misconduct on former Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi, her phone is also targeted. So there are many more people, many activists have been targeted. So should the government investigate the matter? If it has nothing to hide, but surprisingly, the government of India maintains a remarkable defiance to this demand for investigation. Unless there is a proper investigation, unless there is an independent investigation, we really do not know how many individuals or how many personalities have been the victims of Pegasus spyware. And we have to know who is actually doing all this. If the government is doing this with the taxpayers' money, if the government is spying on its own citizens, then it is a very serious matter. So this will be a much bigger scandal than the Watergate. We only hope that this is not true, but this will only be known when the government agrees for proper, independent, credible investigation. Let me tell you, this is not an allegation made by an opposition party or a critic or an adversarial media entity. This is part of an international investigation. Not just one, the wire has broken, has given the story. New York Times, the Washington Post, Guardian, all the leading media houses in the world have published these stories. So how can government keep quiet when the world is talking about it?